You had mentioned in your opening statement the issue of government procurement, and so I wanted to ask you on that. There was a report that that was written in April of 2024 by your organization that had to do with historic innovation under performance. And we've seen under this Liberal government IT procurement policies and actually management that has led to ArriveCan style results, favoring well-connected friends and wasting taxpayer dollars, not following government processes. And so with that, have you seen how this might damage our innovation economy and reputation of Canada's tech sector with the way that that the government is currently managing their procurement system?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple pieces in that, and great question. I think ArriveCan is actually a symptom of a process that's broken, right? If we actually had a transparent, clear mechanism for domestic firms to be able to procure, we wouldn't have seen something like ArriveCan happen. And it was during sort of the darkest days of COVID, and those exceptions on those pieces you can consider. But if we had a straightforward process, we would see firms actually be able to access and properly go through it. So the complexity of it is definitely part of the issue in terms of why we've arrived at ArriveCan. So I don't want anyone in this committee thinking that procuring domestic leads to ArriveCan. That is not the conclusion that should be reached. So that's step one. Step two is because the procurement system is so complex and challenging, you often don't even get domestic firms even applying because they know that the way that the RFPs are written, they know that the way that certain structures are set up, there's no way for them to actually win contracts. And so a lot of the member companies that we work with could sell to the Canadian government, but it's so delayed and time consuming that they actually go and try and sell to other governments. And the reality often is that you go and become successful elsewhere before our own governments will actually purchase your product. So that's sort of the headwinds that we're facing.
Thank you.